Hey everybody, my name's Ross. I'm the photo guy here at Sailrite, and today we're gonna work on replacing this nasty old center console I yanked out of my wife's car. And since I work at Sailrite, I have access to a lot of really great materials we can use, and I can call in some free labor through our expert Corbin here. So I'm actually gonna just hand it over to him and let him take care of it.
Expert might be a generous term, but I do think there is a lot of things we can do for this. We'll replace the vinyl, he chose some nice Eversoft, and swap out the foam as well, so it should look and feel just as good as before, or at least that's the goal. Let's get started. Start by taking apart the console until you're left with just the upholstered piece. On this one, it only took 6 screws, but every car is a bit different, which means this isn't meant to be a step-by-step tutorial, unless you happen to have a 2017 Subaru Forester. Instead, this is more of an overview to show you that number 1, this is absolutely something you can do yourself to save some money. Number 2, the kinds of materials you'll want to use. And number 3, some general techniques that apply to projects like this. You'll want to start with a clean slate. Since I'm not reusing this foam, I didn't have to be too careful while removing it. There was quite a lot of old adhesive left behind, so I tested isopropyl alcohol, acetone, and Goo Gone to remove it. All 3 worked fine, but Goo Gone seemed to work the fastest. I also needed a scraper, so I just used the backside of these junky scissors. Once I removed as much of the old adhesive as possible, I wiped everything down with isopropyl alcohol to get rid of any residue from the Goo Gone. Then I scuffed up the surface with some sandpaper. This is an easy step that makes a big difference because adhesives bond much better to a clean, slightly textured surface than they do a glossy one. With the console cleaned, prepped, and dry, I can start upholstering it. The closest match I could find to the factory foam was this 1/4 inch sew foam. I wanted to add a bit of cushion to the sides of the console, so I cut an oversized piece, sprayed both the foam and the console with Cushionrite, and let that set for about 3 minutes. I'm not sure why the original upholstery didn't use foam on the sides, but I think this will give it an overall softer look and feel. That sew foam formed beautifully around the sides and corners without any puckering or overlapping. I trimmed the excess flush at the bottom so that I'm not adding any unnecessary bulk when I wrap the fabric over that edge later. With that prepped, it's time for the fabric. Ross wanted to keep the original look that came with the car, so we're going with a smooth black vinyl. Sailrite has several options, but we landed on Eversoft. It has 4-way stretch, which will help me shape it around the corners. It's waterproof, UV, and abrasion resistant, so I think it was a great choice. I used the old upholstery as a rough template, but I cut the new material oversized, just like I did with the foam. I'll trim it down more precisely later once I've made sure I have enough. Next, I used the Cushionrite again to attach the fabric to the foam on the top and on the sides. This just helps hold everything in place while I work on the underside. I'm going to use an even stronger glue on the outer edge of the fabric and the underside of the console for a more permanent bond. I trimmed the fabric around 3/4 inches from the edge of the console to eliminate some extra fabric and make it easier to manage as I work. I'm using S18 contact cement on the outer edge of the fabric and the inner lip of the console. The glue has to be strong enough to stay in place as I'm working on it and hold tight because this is where strength really matters, since we're stretching the fabric into place without using staples. Contact cement bonds on contact and creates a strong, permanent hold. If you want this repair to last, this is the way to go, so that we don't have a repeat problem of what we started with. We offer it in small bottles, which are great for one-off projects and shoe repairs, and I also find a lot of uses for this glue in my sewing and leatherworking. To use it, apply a thin, even layer on both surfaces that you're joining together. Then let that sit for about 10 minutes until it becomes tacky. My approach on this final part of the glue up was to fold over the center of each side first, then work on the corners, and then smooth out the areas in between last. Now I'd be lying if I said this went perfectly smoothly, but I expected as much since I've never done this before. The best way I found to fold the corners over was to make some triangle-shaped relief cuts to remove some extra material. But make sure you don't cut too deep into the fabric or the cut could be visible from the outside, over the edge of the console. I started at the apex of the curve and worked outwards, trying to pull the fabric tight around the corner and prevent wrinkles as much as I could. While I can't say my corner technique was perfect, The glue did do a great job at holding the fabric in place as I pressed it down. Try not to press it down too much until you're confident you won't need to reposition it. As I finished the last corner and trimmed the last little bits of excess material, I was kind of panicking because this is looking far from expert quality work. But luckily, I've got one more trick up my sleeve. To smooth out wrinkles in vinyl, you can use a heat gun or a hair dryer to heat up the fabric and work those wrinkles out. If you do try this, make sure to use a low setting so you don't burn or melt the vinyl. I never got it hotter than what I could touch with my bare hand. I worked in small areas, heating the fabric and smoothing it out with my palm and fingers as needed. On more stubborn wrinkles, I used this folder tool, and I was surprised at how well this actually worked. Alright, this is all done. The heat gun trick definitely saved me in a few areas. There's still a few spots in the corners where I could have been a little bit more neat, but I think it looks alright. Let's go give it to Ross and see how it looks installed on the car. Sailrite has pretty much any type and color of vinyl you could need for your car, as well as upholstery leathers and other fabrics. I'll leave the materials I used in the description box below to help you shop for your project. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to DIY and save with Sailrite.